Welcome to the Decision Ease podcast, everybody. I'm Kirsten Parker, and I'm so excited today because we get to do a thing together, which we haven't done in a while, and I'm really excited for it. So we're going to do a little decision detox today, and we've done this in the past, but we're going to do a little bit different of an exercise today, and we're going to clear the clutter in your mind, detox some decisions that might be weighing you down or might be on your list for the end of the year. So this is an exercise you can do any time of year, no matter when you're listening to this. If you're listening live, we really want to capitalize on the end of the year in that there's time left. And this is when we start spatially recognizing that we're near the end of the calendar and our brain starts discounting opportunities and it starts automatically thinking, oh, we don't have time for that, or oh, it's too late to do this. And I don't want you just writing off an entire quarter of 2025. This is your life. The time gets to count. And let's detox some stuff that will maybe cause some clutter or cause some problems or cause some heaviness or extra weight on its own if we don't notice that's on our minds. So here's what you're going to do. This is going to be interactive as much as a one-sided podcast can be today. I want you to get a piece of paper, or if you're walking or if you're driving, just kind of listen to the question I'm about to ask and then pause and just let yourself think through this. I never, ever want to give you anything that sounds so difficult and overwhelming that you're just going to put it off until later because we know we never get to those things. So do this just wherever you're at right now. If you want to get yourself in a little clearer headspace and kind of prep for it, absolutely fun, do that. But let yourself meet yourself where you are because it's going to be helpful for you to get a picture of where your mind is and see what we really need to detox in order to make the most of the rest of this year. So get a paper if you're sitting down, or grab a Post-it, or open up your notes app, or if you're walking or driving, just like listen to my question and prepare to think some thoughts, okay? The first thing I want you to think about, it's going to sound like a lot, but it doesn't have to be, I promise. What do you think is on your list for the rest of the year? I know it sounds like one literal million things, but high level it for me. Just brain dump. What do you think is on the list? Now, you can take a second to do this. I really do want to give you the opportunity to empty your mind. Anything you think is coming up, travel, presents, birthdays, weddings, deadlines, things you want to start, things you want to finish, things you want to get back to, fun things you want to make sure happen before the end of the year, hard things you think you're going to have to get through before the end of the year. Brain dump it out. You don't have to get so lost in the minutia that like, I have to buy oat milk by next Tuesday. But I mean, if that's a really big thing on your mind, put it on the list, whatever, brain dump. Give yourself a chance to empty your mind. The reason I want you to do this as a start is to clear it out, like clear out your thinking. We're also going to get a picture of where you're at, just like where you think you are in the year. So pause and think through this. Say it out loud, write it down even better, and just empty your mind for what you think you got going on for the rest of the year. And then I'm going to ask you my next question, okay? Pause. Okay. Did you pause? Did you do it? We're back. All right. Here's my next question I want you to consider. Imagine it is December 31st, 2025. And you are standing there in your most triumphant, your most successful, your most fulfilled, your calmest, your happiest state. What top 3 things have to happen between now and then to get you to that place? Just limit it to 3. And I don't care if it's all personal, all professional, mix of both, spiritual, dog related, travel out in the world, doesn't matter. Imagine feeling your happiest, most fulfilled, most successful, most aligned, most peaceful, most stable, whatever your version is of ideal right now on December 31st. And you're shining in the sun. Let's pretend it's sunny. What 3 things only have to happen between now and then to get you to that state? Take your time with this one. This isn't a brain dump. And you might end up thinking, oh, there are 17 things. Whittle it down to 3. You're not saying I'm only going to do these 3 things and nothing else matters. You just made an entire list of stuff that you're probably definitely going to do. So Don't worry about picking right or choosing the best things. Go with your truth. Empower yourself to just make a call, decide like, yes, I'm an adult person. I get to say these are the most important things. This is my life. I'm in charge. Pick the top 3 things. Give yourself some time to really enjoy thinking about what could happen between now and then that would get me to this super happy, fulfilled, aligned state. Have fun. These should be positive. I know we can put pressure on it and it can be like, anxiety. What do I think? How do I pick? But we're trying to have fun. Remember that we're doing this optionally for the betterment of our lives and the happiness of ourselves. Pause again, one more time. Think through it, write them down or say them out loud, and then come back. Are you back? Did you do it? Congratulations. Let's bring it home and set you up to implement with intentionality, not just think happy, nice thoughts about what could be cool. Here's what I want you to do. You have a list of everything that if you were left to your own devices, if you were just put on automation and were sent out into the end of the year, being like, go, finish out 2025. The stuff on your brain dump list is what's going to get prioritized because it's everything that comes to mind first. It's everything that you flagged as this is important, this matters, this is non-negotiable, this needs to get done, this is what I'm committed to, this is what I'm obligating myself to. I want you to be able to see what will happen on its own without any intervention. And then I want you to compare that to the list of just 3 top priorities. And I want you to be able to see, is there any overlap? Do your top 3 priorities show up anywhere on your brain dump list of things that you're going to do, things that you're going to take care of, things that you're going to follow through on? If they do, awesome. Own those things. The things that you're already planning on doing, put extra oomph behind them because you are intrinsically motivated to achieve these particular 3 things, to honor these priorities. So let yourself own, yes, I am acting in alignment. I am doing what I need to do to get me where I want to be. Now, if they don't, or if any of the 3 priorities don't show up on your brain dump list, this is where we need to start detoxing. This is where you need to realize there's some cognitive dissonance happening between what I would like to experience and achieve and change versus what I will actually do. And we want those realities to not be in different universes. We don't want you to fantasize about what could be, but actually commit to what will be. That has nothing to do with what you want. Or maybe it has some things to do with some things you want. But if your top 3 priorities or top 3 goals, you would ideally achieve, experience, things you would change, things you would feel by the end of the year, if they're not showing up anywhere on your subconscious brain dump, we got to detox some stuff. This is your opportunity to really look at the decisions available to you. Because you can decide, I do not have room for what I want. What I want is not available to me. Maybe that's true, but you got to be really, really, really crystal clear on why. And if it's not available now, when will it be? You really want to be able to feel clean about saying now is not the time for that, or I don't have the time for that. And you want to feel really clean about what you are choosing to prioritize, what you are deciding you have time for. What we want to avoid is the mistake so many people find themselves in at this time of year, which is they auto prioritize the things that they feel obligated to or the things that other people ask of them. They don't make any room for what they actually want, if they even think about what they actually want at all. And then they get to the end of the year feeling unfulfilled, unsatisfied, out of alignment, drained, disappointed, underwhelmed. We don't want that for you. We don't want the autopilot decisions to just be, well, I'm going to take care of what needs taken care of. And for you to essentially miss out on what you could achieve, what you could experience, what you could change if you simply chose to prioritize it. Because we all know we can get in that mode where we just keep the machine running. We just keep checking the boxes and doing the things we got to do because we're tired and that's the things that have to get done. So here we are. And then, whoops, 3 months went by. Okay, well, still going, still chugging along. We know that we can get in that mode of being, and it doesn't actually have to be that dramatic of a shift to act more intentionally. and like the results of your decisions, the results of your actions, way more than you would after just 3 months on autopilot. So look at what you got to detox. See if you really want to make room for these 3 things that you said would make all the difference between you feeling your best at the end of the year. If you were to put those on the list of things that you're going to take care of, follow through on, pay attention to, make time for, if you were going to make room for those on your list, would anything else have to go? And can we actually do that? Empower yourself to see the decisions available to you. And I'm not saying everything in your life should feel optional in a kind of, I'm not committed to anything way. That doesn't feel grounded. But I do want you to feel the agency in your own life. I do want you to be in touch with that ability to have authority over your time. And if there isn't room for all 3 things in the next 3 months, that's okay. Maybe you make the conscious decision to move one of these things to Q1 of 2026. But do we feel good about that? Are we being intentional about that? All of this is about you getting more of what you want. So let's detox some things that might actually not have to be on the list. Maybe you don't have to take care of that entire project that you really don't care about. You wouldn't choose to prioritize it over this top 3 thing of yours, but it's been nagging you all year and you really just want to get it off your plate. Maybe you actually don't. Maybe it's not done for a reason. Maybe it's not done because you don't actually care. And it would feel really good to prioritize the thing you want to prioritize. Give yourself the option. You get to choose no matter what. You get to choose what the right decision is for you. But this kind of detoxing stuff where we look at what we're committing to and we give ourselves the option to opt out or change it or defer it or delegate it or ask for help with it, that kind of detoxing doesn't happen on its own because we're doers, we're problem solvers, we're workers. We are, I'll just do it because then it'll get done kind of people. So it's worth a little bit of your time and a little bit of your mental energy to see, do I like what's going to happen between now and the end of the year? Or do I want to be more proactive? Do I want to be more intentional about any of this stuff? Because that could change everything. Now, if you want help with this, if you want help deciding what am I going to prioritize, what am I actually going to let go of or change, how can I fit everything in, I actually have a session that I'm offering right now only for that particular purpose. A VIP end of year session where we will talk for 80 minutes about all the nitty gritty, your goals, the challenges, the decisions on the plate, the obligations you feel committed to, the goals that you might not feel like you know where to start, or you might not feel like you have time for them. We'll create a plan that you feel really good about. You don't feel like you're settling for. We'll help you make the decisions that feel unmade or feel kind of wobbly and really help you feel like you're ending the year the way you want to do it and honoring what you actually want in the decisions you're making. So you can book that. The link is in the show notes. I'm offering that for a limited time, but right now is a really fun time to just do these kinds of one-off sessions where it's like, let's clean up my thinking. Let's get some decisions made. Let's get a plan together. Let's make sure it works with my real life. It's not a plan for my ideal alternate reality self. That will make all the difference between you standing there on December 31st feeling proud and aligned and intentional, or kind of potentially deflated and distracted and tired and like, what just even happened? We don't want that. So that is one way that I can help you with this. If you're looking for longer term support on making decisions consistently that feel clean, that feel aligned, you feel good about, that you don't agonize over, these are the kinds of habits that we work on in decision coaching. So we can work together one-on-one, or you can join the new Decision Ease program that's coming at the start of the new year. Check out the links in the show notes so that you can get in touch and we can just start the conversation. What's going to be the best fit for you? What's going to get you what you really want right now? That's what we are all about here in the Decision Ease corner of the universe. I hope this is a fun detox for you today. Put yourself first. See how it feels. You might end up with a plan that's somewhere in the middle, but that is far better than a plan that's just made by default, by autopilot, that doesn't even factor in anything you would intentionally want. Put yourself first. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, want to find out your decision style? Obviously, go take the decision style quiz. It's in the show notes and at kirstenparker.com/quiz. We all have our style when it comes to making decisions, but do you know how to use your default way of thinking to your advantage? Or do you mainly get stuck in the most annoying parts of overthinking and people pleasing? The decision style quiz has your answers, my friend. Take it right now at kirstenparker.com/quiz.